Aloha! Greetings, beloved Communiversity Portal family. This is MiraKle King, and I'm here today in the beautiful, full-on Star Gateway of the Red Rocks of Sedona, and feeling so called to transmit to you this download. So I just invite you to take a deep breath with me. Just exhale. Inhale. Hold it. And exhale. Yeah, let's do that again. One more time. Deep inhale. Fill the belly up, the heart. You can even stretch out if you got room, wherever you're watching this. Stretch out to the sky, to the roof, wherever you are, indoor, outdoor. Hold the breath and just give me a big exhale with a Woo! Yeah, it feels better, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, we can always come back to the breath. I know, you know, that I know, that we know that there is a lot going on right now. And it really is about the core value of timelessness. How can we anchor this concept of timelessness when we are in the planning world? More than ever before in the 3D, there's a lot of movement happening towards so many projects, so many ways of how we can be of service beyond the pandemonic, beyond the pandemic. And yet at the same time, we are still being confronted with these fundamental negative three-dimensional realities that are seemingly being propagated by forces outside of ourselves, very directly and obviously, infringing upon our rights and our freedoms. So, how do we activate timelessness in an environment where we can easily go into fight or flight? This energy signature of fight or flight is such an ancient pattern. And I go through stages of fight or flight, even being MiraKle King and everything that I'm holding for this beautiful planet and for just my personal life. And I would say that when we move into this concept of timelessness, we are able to get into a state where fight or flight is no longer controlling our signature vibration. And that's why timelessness is such a core value point. Now, a lot of us out there are completely thriving in what we would term this fifth dimensional consciousness. And we are watching now from witnessing the witness and observing the observer of what's happening on the 3D. We may have already moved to new locations in the different areas of the world that are safe spots. And what I term safe spots are areas in which not only are you surrounded by kin, ohana, family, right? Those that are resonating in the same consistent vibration as you, with consistent amount of thoughts of positivity, balance, homeostasis, doing the inner work, presencing meditation, whether they're in their waking, dream, or dreamless states of being, working the land, growing the gardens, nurturing and nourishing children. Some of you are in these communities right now as I speak to you, and some of you are not. You're finding other ways to get into a state of homeostasis. Now, the challenge is if you want to choose timeless mastery, you have to be able to get into this state of great presencing of what I've called the voidal, infinite state, which allows the timelessness to actually saturate your field. And what's at stake right now is our connection to the bridge of the 4D. Now, the 4D is the astral realm. It is the dimensional timeline between time and timelessness. 5D, for me, is when we go into the state of timelessness. Less time. And the bridge is fundamental 3D time, right? Where we're working 9 to 5 jobs. Maybe we're traveling. Maybe we're not. Maybe we're still on the screen. Whatever it is, you are doing what you're doing in time. You have appointments. You have schedules. You are in the planning world. Now, a lot of us are feeling that the planning world is both necessary and unnecessary. Because if we don't start to transition into the fourth dimensional timeline of the astral lucid world and at least cultivate and manage our energy in that direction, then those of us in the 5D have no link with the 3D world any longer. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because I spend a lot of my time actually in the multidimensional world, which 5D for me is the welcome mat to the multidimensional existence of infinite possibilities. Now, a lot of people ask me, what is your schedule? When are you going to be showing up here next? What's happening with your Communiversity Alliance group, your outreach? And the fact is I left the planning world a long time ago. Now, believe me, I still dip my toe into the 3D world when the consensus around me is that there is a core value point that is seen in me, within you, or the others around the concept of timelessness. So for me, I am a representative of timelessness. And so are many of you. And yet many of you are still caught up in time. And time is controlling what's being dictated now. In order for us to go into the autonomic nervous system and start to direct time from timelessness, we have to move not only into the 5D and thrive in it, but we have to activate multidimensional states of awareness and also emptiness in the non-dimensional state. So like I was saying before, the great voidal state, or what Kalmu has always represented in the ancient Lemurian word for the great silence after union. That silence is the voidal state. It is the non-dimensionalized state. And yet from the non-dimensionalized state, from that infinite blackness, from that infinite spaciousness, we can actually activate timelessness. And then timelessness and all the beings, our family and the non-physical, greater extraterrestrial, supernatural, expanded sentient being consciousness can interface with us and support us and assist us to do incredibly mystical, miraculous, magical things. We have the power right now, through all the FUD, the fear, uncertainty, doubt, despair, all the ignorance and confusion, all the things that are seemingly being clamped down upon our freedoms and rights in the third dimension. What it really is, and what I offer in the invitation, is to look at it from a timelessness perspective. Look at all of it as a really bad movie scene that is now passing through, because whatever reaction we're having, it is forcing us to move into the mastery of timelessness, to go into less connection and attachment to time. And equally related to time is our connection to the box. Now, I know you're using this bubble screen box that's rectangular in nature. It's your own little personal TV, right? We thought we left the TVs back in the 90s. Well, some of us still have TVs in our room to watch movies or Netflix, but guess what? We're also carrying these TVs wherever we go. So the powers that be got us. And they got me too. I'm with you on this, because we're all in the smart world, smart technology. We're becoming ultra smart. But actually, in fact, humanity in general, if we don't learn to manage our energy and move towards timelessness, we have become dumb humans. We have activated smart technology and become dumb humans. So I come from a long lineage of many batons of masters, master beings who have passed on, both physically and also non-physical. I have a very deep connection with the ascended family. They are my friends, they are my guides, they are my family. And they also operate as one being in timelessness, as the Council of 12, which initiates the 144,000, which I've talked about so many times in many previous videos. And this is the basis and foundation of anchoring in the sacrum and in the root chakra, timelessness in this third dimension, which is possible through Kamu, which is possible through the CLM, the Coherent Living Model. So recently, I have been anchoring here with a group in this beautiful Red Rock country, this beautiful Red Rock Valley. I haven't really been back here in 13 years because I heard that a deep call from Gaia. It was time after the fire and water cleansing, the first initial cleansing of many more cleansings that will happen, potentially here and many other places, as we know, coming up really soon, within the next 6 months. And there is a dire need to be direct. And yet at the same time, those of us in timelessness that can see the vast lensing of what's going on through our innerology intel, right? We're realizing that life is about to change extremely drastically. We are in an accelerated moment in time. And the more that we can merge into timelessness and embrace the decentralized 4D narrative that's breaking down the structures, breaking down all these parts of us that think that we can just hang out in love and light and celebrate bliss all the time without actually deconstructing time. Because we have to bring all those really euphoric, blissful, static states in the waking world. It's not enough to be able to be there for 30 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever how much time you spend in the timelessness, in your yoga, in your meditation. You have to be able to bring it in to the 3D world and move your awareness and your emptiness and your prowess in those practices, in that discipline, in that devotion, into eyes wide open. Not enough just to do it right now with eyes wide shut. So the quest right now is how to get together with core groups to form a new coherent living model. And what I have been sharing and teaching here is based on ancient languaging that's both from the future and the past right now. And it's based on how can we take that 90% in the dreaming and dreamless worlds when we are in our unconscious, subconscious, when our eyes are closed and not open, but open this eye and this heart with this eye so that we can see in the unconscious and we can activate telepathy and what we call in communiversity protocols telesociality. Once we activate telesociality, we can communicate And some of you on this call, I've been communicating with you from here and here in the dreamless and the dreaming world. And we can only really merge and marry what's possible, because infinite possibilities exist when we move beyond the 3D constriction happening right now. Now I'm going to iterate. If you're being called to activate your phoenix, to activate your power animal, your panther, your lion, your dragon, whatever it is, those archetypes, right, of the predator, the animal instinct to resist and activate the freedom against whatever is being presented that in this moment is coming against you, you need to do that. You need to release that. You need to react. But the question is how long will you react? How long will you fight? How long will you protest? How long will you try to destroy the existing system? Because in fact, this is not the answer. You have to react. I react. I get angry. I get rageful. I get fucking mad. And yet I always allow that energy to come through me. Okay, just like I get sad, I get depressed, I move through these emotional waves and honor them. I honor the feeling centers. I honor these emotional waves, and then I come back into homeostasis. I go to a certain point where I feel like, wow, okay, MiraKle, I've gone to 100%, and maybe I got to go to 110% of that wave because it's inside me. I got triggered. Someone else triggered me. I allowed myself to be triggered by something, whether it's the news, whether it's a conversation, whether it's an interaction with family, blood family, spirit family, people I don't know in my hologram, my movie. I take responsibility for that because I allowed it in, and then I react. And then I bring the work, the meditation, the breathing, the sound, the dance, the movement, whatever it is to move into timelessness. We can activate timelessness even with the most destructive feelings. We can activate timelessness even in the most horrendous reactions to what's going on around our world. And believe me, we are barely at the welcome mat right now of the house of cards. It's about to fall. Now, we can celebrate timelessness. Yes, we can. And yet, if you only want to be a near master, you got to bring it back down and activate full mastery of timelessness, which means service to the others in your hologram, being able to give them and support and serve this frequency and vibration to deal with the desperation, to deal with the destructive tendencies, to deal with the suicidal tendencies, to deal with the trauma and the abuse of the children and those that are adults who are still transmitting and experiencing that trauma abuse. Okay? We have to both have the wisdom, celebrate the wisdom, celebrate compassionate ecstasy in our timelessness, and we have to come back and be of service through absolute unconditional compassion. Now, this is not idiot compassion, okay, of just like helping a grandmother across the street. This is actually, I'm not saying that's bad either, but I'm saying we have to come into a state where we're activating more than just what our eyes see on the 3D. We have to look at this, the emergency. It's an emergency time, and it's an emergency of what's really going on, and then take not just right or left action, not just right timing or left timing, but divine timing through timelessness, divine action, so that skillful means and merit is spontaneously arises. Spontaneous healing, spontaneous regeneration happens through timelessness. And it is my great gift as MiraKle King, through the activation of my communiversity portal, for you to really receive this transmission of timelessness. So I'm going to invite you to take a deep breath. And then exhale. And then take a deep breath. And then exhale. And then invite you to take a third deep breath. Feel the dantian, your belly, feel your heart, feel your lungs, stretch out. Expand all the way out. Feel this red rock, cathedral rock transmission coming in. Hold your breath. Feel all of the subatomic particles, feeling all the magnetic electricity of this space that I am giving to you right now as a download. And then we're going to exhale and bring our hands together in prayer positions at our heart. Exhale. And I invite you right now, keep your back straight, close your eyes, center yourself. Take some gentle breaths. Relax your shoulders, keep your hands in prayer position for this alignment into timelessness. And I invite you to gently open your eyes. Stay centered and experience the timelessness of this now moment. Breathe naturally, eyes wide open. Feel the energy pulsing from your heart, from the namaskar position, into every cell and atom of your being. Being voidally awake, here now. No matter what's happening around you. Breathe. Feel the timelessness saturating every cell and atom of your being. From your toes to your crown, from your crown down your spine, through your arms and fingers, through every organ of your body. Merge and marry with timelessness, with eyes wide open. Embracing the illusion of what is. The is of right here, right now. Keeping your spine straight, breathing naturally, relaxed. Feeling the energy move in a torsion field all around your body. And then gently bring your arms and your hands, palms face up on your knees. If you're sitting on a chair, if you're sitting in lotus position, and then I invite you, as you continue to be in the timelessness of this transmission meditation, stare gently down the slope of your nose and rest in this primordial timelessness and awareness of emptiness, dissolving all thoughts, dissolving your day or your night, and rest in this space of great voidal awakenedness. Breathe, feel align with timeless awareness. And gently closing your eyes for a moment, emerging out of timelessness, and open your eyes to a whole new state of being. Mahalo keakua, tashi deleg. Thank you for being part of this beautiful moment. Blessings on your day. May it be radiant, healthy, and filled with compassion, love, truth, wisdom, and timelessness. I invite you to like this video, and please, if you like the content of Communiversity Plural, please subscribe and share. Helps me to continue this work, and I look forward to the next transmission. on Communiversity Portal.